Welcome to your Daily Writing Habit, episode number 853. If you are writing a book or thinking about it, or maybe you've started writing your book but you need some help getting it done, you are in the right place. Good morning. Happy Monday, everyone. I'm your host, Christine Whitmarsh. If you're looking for me online, look for Christine Inc., like that stuff we write with. Each day, I'm sharing with you the writing habits I've learned over my 20 years as a ghostwriter, book coach, and author. I have found that three things in particular have a huge impact on your success as an author, and they can even turn someone who barely sees themselves as a writer into a published book author. Those three things are writing fundamentals, productivity, and mindset habits. Here's today's quote. "Alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much." Helen Keller. And once again, good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. So I had a rather ambitious idea recently that serves a few purposes. And best of all, it involves all of you, my listeners. I'm calling it Pandemic Stories. And the idea is to crowdsource an anthology book about personal stories from this time in history, from when the pandemic began through now and then moving forward. Because, we see the stats and the collective impact in the media with a few individual stories sprinkled in, but outside of a few magazine features and perhaps news documentaries, how are we capturing the tapestry of human impact stories from this time in history? And those of you who listen to me regularly know where I stand on this. A book is a bigger, higher impact, more lasting, permanent legacy than any of the other things I just listed. I feel strongly that we need to capture the human stories from this time. And beyond that, there's the proven therapeutic value in sharing those stories, emotions, thoughts, and perspectives from our own lives. Finally, since my plan is to collect these stories from those of you willing to participate and to publish them as an anthology, it's a way for those of you who maybe are not to become a published author. So, triple bonus. I find that the best types of creative projects have many benefits for all involved. So here's a quick caveat. This idea is clearly a work in progress. I'm figuring it out as I go along to see what we all come up with. But rest assured, I do have a quality, reliable publishing solution at the end of the road, so while the process might seem a bit improvised, the final product will be solid. Those who have worked with me know that that's really the only way I roll, especially since it will not only have my name on it, but the names of those of you who wish to participate. This is a responsibility I take seriously. And for my fellow entrepreneurs who might be wondering, yes, I've purchased a whole bunch of domains around this idea. So more on that later in the project for those of you who wish to be involved in the book. So here's the plan. Each Monday here on the show, I will give you an assignment to help you formulate your individual pandemic story, or depending on your experience, maybe multiple stories. Whether you are interested in being a part of the published final book or not, I do hope you'll at least participate in the writing assignments, if for no other reason than to get it all out, get it on paper, whatever you've been carrying around inside you. Maybe you'll even surprise yourself as the words come pouring out. Maybe you didn't even know all the stuff you've been carrying. So again, even if you're not sure if you want to take part in the actual book anthology, even if you're not sure you really even have anything to say about the pandemic, if you believe you haven't been that personally or dramatically affected, I hope you'll do the writing assignments anyway, even just for you, for the therapeutic benefits. So for this week, rather than launching into the writing assignments, here is your assignment instead. Please go to my Inc. Authors group on Facebook. The link is always in the show notes. And let me know if you are in. Whether for the project or just to do the assignments for personal reasons, let's start a conversation there. This will, of course, become more pertinent as the project goes on, to have a place where everyone involved can gather to receive key project details. So let's make that place Inc. Authors on Facebook. It's also a great place to ask me questions about what I think I know about this project so far. And again, link is always in the show notes, Inc. Authors on Facebook. So I hope to see some upcoming posts about this. Again, the working title is Pandemic Stories, if you'd like to refer to that in your posts. And finally, please tell the others. Tell the other authors. Tell other people you know who are writers who might not necessarily even have author ambitions. Tell people you know who have compelling personal stories from the pandemic. Maybe as a writer, you can even help them, guide them as a mentor to shape and tell their stories. Tell the others. Tell them about Monday episodes here on the show. Tell them that even if they don't consider themselves writers, that's okay. You know, the show specializes in helping people who fit that description, non-authors. Tell them what we're trying to do. Tell them how we're trying to help. Let's write a book together. And not just any book, one that captures this time in history. One that captures our stories, our voices. One that takes us out of the shadows of being statistics on a CDC website. One that reminds the readers of history that there were human beings involved in this historical event. Let's crowdsource some pandemic stories to inspire others. Thank you for joining me here on Your Daily Writing Habit, where I am helping all of us, write and finish writing an awesome book. Until tomorrow, happy writing.